Hi students, welcome back to my channel. In this video, I am going to explain about various C constants, understanding constants in C programming. So first of all, you should understand what is meant by constant. A constant is constant in C are fixed values that do not change during the execution of a program. So constant are also called as literals. Literal means the value do not change. Constant value never changes during the execution of a program, whereas a variable value can be modified during runtime. For example, I am writing here, right? So int a equal to 10. So a is a variable which I declare as an integer value. So when I am declaring like this, a is a variable which can, so 10 is assigned like this. For example, when I am writing a equal to a plus 1, so a will incremented by 1 means a value will become 11, so 10 will be overlapped by 11, sorry, 10 will be 11. Okay now, so like that. So variable is not constant, so the value may be changed, modified during the execution of a program. Constants hold a value that remains immute once defined. Okay, so they do not change throughout the program. This immutability ensures data integrity and enhances code readability and maintainability, so that the values which are fixed, immutable. So integrity means no change. So where you required, so there is no modification required. Where we are using this constant value. So okay, that ensures the data integrity and enhances code readability and maintainability. Next, we are going to talk about various types of constant. So integer constants, floating point constants, character constants, string literals. So let's discuss one by one. First, we understand what is meant by integral constant. Integer constant. So integer means nothing but what? So 10, 20, 39. So these are the integers. Okay, na? So these integers we are discussing. So again, integers are divided into three categories: octal integers, decimal integers, and hexadecimal integers. So octal base means the numbers will start from 0 to 7 only, right? So these are the octal numbers. Whereas decimal numbers means 0 to 9. These are the decimal numbers. Okay. So yes, decimal number 0 to 9, whereas octal nothing but 0 to 7. Total 8 numbers will be there inside the octal. There are total 10 numbers are there inside the decimal, and hexadecimal means so total 0 to 15 bits, including total 16, right? So up to 0 to 9 we are calling so normal binary numbers, but 10 is represented as A, 11 is represented as B, 12 is represented as C, 13 is represented as E. Okay, na? Sorry. So 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. So 10 is represented as A, 11B, 12C, 13D, 14E, as well as F means 15. Okay, na? So it consists of 0 to 9 as well as so alphabets from A to F. So this is about hexadecimal numbers. Okay. So representation of integer constant. Integer constant must contain at least one digit. Okay, na? For example, 2 is a integer constant. So integer constant should not contain any decimal point. You should not write 2.34. So it is an integer constant, no? So that's why integer constant should not has any point. Integer constant may be positive or negative. So can -2 or +2. So it may be negative number or positive number. No symbols before number is nothing but positive number. For example, so here 2 means it is a positive 2. Okay, na? So 2 means you are not using any symbol here, no? Automatically it will become positive number. For example, if you are mentioning negative sign before the number, it is nothing but a negative number or signed number. Example 10 is a number, so there is no symbol before it, hence it is a positive number. Integer constant should not contain any blank space. For example, I should not write 1234, right? It is wrong. I should write 1234. It is a integer number, so blanks are not allowed. Integer constant should not contain special character. For example, I should not write $69. So a number should not start with the, right? If the dollar is there, we cannot consider it as a number. examples of integer constant, right? So here 5 is a integer constant, okay. 92 is also integer constant. So 99 minus is there, okay, it is integer constant. So it is wrong. 11,334, 11,334, right? So special characters are not allowed. Okay, this is a not integer, valid integer constant, and the number is starting with a dollar, hence it is also not a valid integer constant. So it is a valid integer constant, and here some gap is there, no, so it is not valid integer constant. Okay, so we'll see some integer constants. So 045, right? So 045, it is a octal number. Octal numbers should start from 0 and it should contain up to 7 only. So 45 is comes under 7, 0 to 7 only, no, it is a valid octal number. And 9 is a decimal number, okay. 123 is also decimal number because it is not starting from 0, no, that's why it is a decimal number. 21,479, so 9 is not in the octal system, hence it is a decimal number. Octal number accepts only 0 to 7, hence it is a decimal number. And hexadecimal number, alphabets hexadecimal number, hence it is nothing but a hexadecimal number. Hexadecimal number represented by X and special characters ABC, right? A, B, C, D, E, F, as well as 0 to 9. So this comes under hexadecimal number, right? Okay. So 0xA7, it is also hexadecimal number. So 0xAK, what is that? 0xAK. K is not there, no. So up to A2, F only representation is there. So these are the alphabets are allowed, but here there is a K is there, no. K is not allowed, hence it is not a valid hexadecimal number. So 017 is a valid octal number and 018 is a valid decimal number. Okay. Now we are going to see floating constant. So floating point constant. So floating nothing but at least it. So for example, this is a decimal point. Before point one digit must be there, at least one digit. After point at least one digit must be there. Then only it is called as a floating point constant. Okay. So right. So there are two types of floating point constants: fractional constant, exponential constant. Okay. For example, 2.5 into e to the power of minus 3. So okay, na? So here 3.14. It is a fractional constant, and this is a exponential constant, right? So base is 10 generally. If it not mentioned means base is 10. So this is an exponential constant. So first you will see fractional constant. So what is the fractional constant? 99.99. So before this point, before this floating point, at least one number to the right hand side, one number should be left hand side minimum. So you may has any number after this. Okay, na? So this is nothing but a fractional constant. So the fractional constant should contain at least one decimal point. So this is at least one decimal point I am writing here. And fractional constant should contain at least one digit before and after the decimal point. Okay, so like this, it is nothing but a fractional constant. Fractional constant number may be positive or negative number. Okay, and blank spaces are not allowed, special characters are not allowed. So this is nothing but not valid fractional numbers. Next we are going to see exponential constant. Okay, na? So here exponential constant means the syntax that the declaration is mantissa and base and exponent. For example, just now written 2.5 into it, for example, e to the power of minus 10. So this is nothing exponential value. Nothing is there, no. It is nothing. Basically, it is a base 10. This is nothing but mantissa. M means mantissa number, and it may be mantissa may be positive or negative. Okay, na? Or floating point number. This may be positive number, negative integer, or it may be at least floating point number. B is a base value. So here B is a base value. So to the power. So generally 10 is considered as a base value. So E means exponential value should be integer value, positive or negative, but exponential value should not be floating point number. For example, I am writing 2.14 into base 10 to the power of minus 3.4. I should not write exponential is in the form of floating point numbers. I may write 2.14 into 10 to the power of 2 plus 2 or minus 2 accepted. Plus 2 or minus 2 is accepted. Okay, na? 2 to the power of 10 to the power of minus 3.4, or sorry, floating point not allowed, no, 2.14 into 10 to the power of minus 2 or 10 to the power of plus 2. So this is accepted. So now I am going to talk about character constant, right? So anything, right? Character means what? Anything you are placing within the single quote, it is a character, or we are adding a number. It is a number, but we are placing in the single quote, no, it will become a character. Okay, na? So special new escape. So the special new line, it is also a character. Okay. So string character. So group of characters, nothing but a string, no. So HELLO, group of characters, nothing but LO, but that must be placed within the double quote. So C program must place within the double quote. These are the group of characters. So now we have seen what is the integer constant, floating point constant, character constant, as well as last one is the string constant we have seen. Now how you represent these four constant in a program? So representing a constant in two ways: using the constant keyword, using the preprocessor as defined preprocessor directive. By using these two, we are going to represent constant in C. So we declare a variable using constant. It is not possible to change throughout the program. For example, generally how you represent the value: int a equal to 143. I am writing int a equal to 143, right? So int is a keyword, a is a variable. So when you are writing like this, a variables, what it stores here, there will be 143 stored like this. Clear, no? But now I am adding constant, no? Constant is a keyword, right? It is a keyword. So which declaring integer a as 143, but this 143 never changed throughout the program. For example, I wrote a equal, I wrote 143, I declared as a constant, integer a equal to 143, right? Okay, but if I am trying to change a equal to a plus 1, so it will give an error, because so constant value never change. Generally, what is a equal to a plus 1? Nothing but a equal to 143 plus 1 equal, it will become 144. But this is a modification is not possible once you declare with the constant. Okay. Next, must initialize during the declaration. For example, I am writing here constant int. I am declaring here like this, constant int a I am declaring, but not assigning the value here. Later I am assigning the value like 143 like this, so it is not accepted, because so whenever initializing the constant, immediately we need to assign the value to it. Otherwise it gives, if you are assigning later, it will give an error. So must initialize during the declaration only. So let me explain this program. Ash includes standard input output data file, declaring constant keyword int a equal 143. See here I should assign immediately, right? So if I'm assigning later, so it will give an error. It is not possible to increment the value of a 143 by 143, not possible. Okay, na? So print a, that will be printed. Okay, na? So let me discuss this with an example program. This is a program I wrote. So ash include str.h into main, so declaring a constant here. So constant int a equal to 143. Then so this is a constant, never change, no? So this 143, whatever there in the a variable, that do not change throughout the program. Printf, I am printing the value. Let me see the output. Run. So what's the value I got? I got the value is 143. Okay, na? So let me check like this. I'll trial and error. So I assigned, just I declared integer a, but I not assigned the value. But later I assigned the value a equal to 143. Let me check whether it will give error or not. Right, it will give error, because we must initialize a variable whenever you are declaring as a constant integer. So we must declare here only. That's why it will give an error. Now I will modify it. You will understand now. So here I am assigning now a equal to 143. Now it won't give any error. So you can check right now. So compile. So it is not giving any error, right? So for example, I am trying to increment the value. I trying to modify the constant value of a equal to 143. Let me check whether it give error or not. So execute, compile. So it give error because already we have declared as a constant. No, it is not possible to increment it. That's why this line is showing as an error. Okay, now that's why I'm keeping in a comment. The comments are never executed. No, hence I'm saving this. Compile. I'm running. So I'm going to execute this now. So I'm going to get answer. Now I'm getting answer. So this is the importance of a constant, right? So I'll go back to the program. So this is a program we wrote. This is nothing but a constant value represented with a constant keyword. Next, we are going to discuss another way of representing the constant value by using as defined preprocessor. So as defined macros. So as defined nothing but macro symbol name. Okay, macro symbolic representation. Macro name is also called as symbolic constant. So macro must be represented in the capital letters because there is no certain meaning to this, but easy readability. So we can declare like this also: as define A143 also we can return. So no semicolon, no equal to. It is not allowed because it is a macro. No, so only I should write as define. So small r, capital A. But if you are writing capital A, easy readability for users. Okay, now so that's why I'm writing like this. Must be letter for easy, capital letter for easy readability. Okay, this is the declaration of. Okay, now I'm going to explain through a program. So hash include standard input output header file. So here, so this what are the preprocessor? No, we must declare before the main function only. I should not write here hash define, right? A equal to 1/4. I should not write within the main function. So these preprocessors, everything should be declared before the main function, right? Okay, now so what is the answer? I'm declaring A as 1. So A is 143. Then percentage d means I'm going to get 143 as my answer. Let me check through the program. This is a preprocessor program. So this is a preprocessor declaration. Okay, na? So just I'm printing here. So what is the output I'm going to get? You are going to get the output is 143 only, right? So this is a general constant value. If I'm declaring like this, wherever there is a throughout the program, the value doesn't change. It will be always remains constant throughout the program. For example, I'm trying to modify the value of constant A143. Then we'll see what is the expected output we are going to get. So it give an error because already you have declared right A as a constant as defined value 143 doesn't change, you know, but you are trying to increment the value. So that's why it's showing an error. Okay, na? So that's why I'm removing this. Now again I save this program and compile and run. Now it will give the exact output 143. Yes or no? So I think you understood, right? Constant and as defined. Okay, so thanks very much. Thank you for watching. If you like this video, please subscribe, share and like. Thanks for watching again.